Reverberation. So sound is generated in a room. Wave travels towards the walls, floor, and they are reflecting back. It may suffer repeated reflections before it becomes inaudible. Right? So the sound persists for some time after the original sound from the source is stopped. Listener receives until the intensity becomes too weak. Right? If the intensity goes beyond 10 power minus 12 watt per meter square, we cannot hear it. Right? So the receiver will be hearing the sound even if the source is switched off after a certain time until its intensity goes beyond 10 power minus 12 watt per meter square. Right? So this prolongation or persistence of sound wave in a room even when the sound source is switched off is called reverberation, or persistence of sound in a room even after the source is switched off. That is called reverberation. And how will you say reverberation time? Reverberation time is the time taken by the sound wave to fall from average value to inaudibility. Right? This is a very layman definition. Time taken by the sound wave to fall from average value to inaudibility. This is the first layman definition for reverberation time, or to define it technically, time taken by the sound wave to reduce its intensity to 1 millionth of its intensity at its steady state when the source is switched off. Right? So what is reverberation time? It is time taken by the sound intensity to fall by 1 millionth of its steady state value when the source is switched off. There is one more definition you can see here: time during which the sound energy density, it is not sound intensity, sound energy density falls by 1 millionth of its steady state value. You can say either as energy density or intensity, right? So time taken by the sound wave to fall in intensity by 60 decibels, or sound energy density by 1 millionth of its steady state value, right? So if you take T is equal to, the formula for reverberation time is given by T is equal to 0.167 V by A, where this T is reverberation time, this V is volume of the hall, and this A represents total absorption in open window unit or Sabine. Open window unit, or we can say Sabine meter square, right? Sabine meter square is the metric unit of Sabine for total absorption. This Sabine meter square can also be given as open window unit also, right? So, how will you define reverberation time? Reverberation time is the time taken by the sound energy density to fall by 1 millionth of its steady state value. Please don't bother about this 60 decibels and all. T is equal to 0.161 V by A, where this V represents volume and this A represents total absorption. And this total absorption can be given by summation of A into S, where this A represents absorption coefficient and this S represents surface area, right? A is the absorption coefficient and S is the surface area. So Sabine meter square, this Sabine meter square can also be called as open window unit, right? So for speech, the reverberation times would be 0.5 second, and for music, it can be 1 second to 2 seconds, right? You please make a note of it. So how will you define reverberation time? Reverberation time is defined as the time taken by the sound energy density to fall by 1 millionth of its steady state value, right? So T is equal to, the formula is, this formula was derived by Sabine, and it is the final result he gave. T is equal to 0.161 V by A, where V represents volume of the hall and A represents total absorption. This total absorption can also be expressed as summation A into S, right? Why the summation? Because you might have different objects inside the hall, right? You might have bench, you might have duster, you might have board, right? Everything will be absorbing energy. So summation of the energy absorbed by all the objects, right? So how will you find energy absorbed by an object? If you multiply the absorption coefficient with the surface area, you will be getting total energy absorbed by that particular object, right? If you have 5 number of objects, then you have to add up all the total energy that is absorbed, right? Okay, so reverberation time for speech is 0.5 seconds and for music it is 1 to 2 seconds. And what are the factors that controls the reverberation time? The reverberation time depends upon volume of the hall as well as total absorption. Total absorption in turn can be written as absorption coefficient into surface area. So what happens is this T depends upon volume of the hall. It is directly proportional to volume of the hall and it is inversely proportional to area, right? So area represents, absorption, not area, it is absorption, total absorption. Total absorption is given by the absorption coefficient into surface area. So absorption coefficient, if absorption coefficient or surface area increases, then time period will decrease, right? So if this increases, absorption increases, right? So when absorption increases, time period decreases. Or if I say when reflection increases, then time period, see, absorption and reflection are opposite to each other. These were inversely proportional. Time period is inversely proportional to absorption, but time period will be directly proportional to reflection. If absorption increases, time period decreases, and if reflection increases, time period increases. Right? That is the relation that holds. Let us see factors controlling reverberation time. Reflection of sound waves increases, the time period increases when reflection coefficient increases or reflection increases, right? That is directly written from the formula. T is equal to 0.161 V by A. So T is inversely proportional to total absorption, but it will be directly proportional to reflection, right? So if reflection increases, time period, that is reverberation time, increases. And if absorption coefficient increases, time period decreases. If intensity of sound increases, then time period increases, right? This is another important relation you need to remember. When intensity of the sound wave increases, then reverberation time also increases, right? So reverberation time is the time taken by the sound intensity to fall by 10 power 6 from its steady state value, right? But the initial intensity is much higher, then the time period it will take to reduce it to 1 by millionth time will also be increased, right? So if intensity increases, time period increases. And what happens if frequency of the sound wave is increased? When frequency is increased, amplitude increases. When amplitude increases, time period decreases, right? Or there is a direct relation between frequency and time period, right? So when frequency increases, time period decreases. They were inversely proportional, right? So when frequency increases, time period decreases, and volume of the hall, when it increases, time period increases, right? You are doing everything from this formula, right? When T increases, sorry, when V increases, T increases. When total absorption increases, T decreases, or this total absorption can be written as A into S. So when A or S increases, this T decreases. Right? Another thing to remember is this reverberation time is inversely proportional to total absorption, directly proportional to reflection. So when reflection increases, time period increases. And another thing to remember is intensity. When intensity increases, time period increases. Right? And when frequency increases, time period decreases. I hope you understood. Then the coefficient of absorption. What is this coefficient of absorption or absorption coefficient? We had already seen this. To compare the relative efficiency of different absorbing materials, we'll be having this absorption coefficient, right? You are saying that a sponge is absorbing more than paper, right? Why the sponge is absorbing more? Because the absorption coefficient is more, right? So to compare the efficiency of absorbing materials, we have this absorption coefficient. So this absorption coefficient is defined relative to unit area of an open window, right? So it is defined as inverse of the area of the material which absorbs the same amount of energy as that of a 1 meter square open window. Say for example, if 4 meter square of the material absorbs same amount of energy as 1 meter square open window, then the absorption coefficient of that material is equal to 1 by 4, that is equal to 0.25 right? And similarly for a man, the absorption coefficient is 0.45 right? For a man, you can please take it up. For a man, the absorption coefficient is equal to 0.45. And another simple definition for absorption coefficient is, it is defined as the ratio of sound energy absorbed by the surface to total sound energy incident on the surface. Total sound energy absorbed by the surface to total sound energy incident on the surface is equal to energy absorbed by energy incident. The small a represents absorption coefficient and capital A represents total absorption. Please remember the difference between these two quantities. Small a is the absorption coefficient. It depends upon the nature of the material as well as frequency of sound wave, right? A depends on the nature of the material as well as frequency of sound wave, and A is generally measured at 500 hertz. Even if it depends upon frequency, generally this A is given at 500 hertz. Right? This is the standard frequency that is used to give this absorption coefficient. Right? And how will you give this total absorption? Total absorption A is equal to small a into S, where the small a represents absorption coefficient and S represents surface area. Right? So if you have different materials, total absorption is equal to summation of AN into SN. If you have n number of materials, if you have three materials, A1S1 plus A2S2 plus A3S3, if you have n number of materials, then A1S1 plus A2S2 plus A3S3, etc. up to ANSN. Right? This represents total absorption. Right? Total absorption will be given in Sabine meter square because this absorption is in Sabines and the surface area is in meter square. So total absorption is equal to Sabine meter square. This Sabine meter square is also called as one open window unit.